It wasn't expected. I think there was some rumblings going on earlier in the week that the DOJ may block the deal for anti-competitive reasons. And then when the deal was close to the finish line, rumor was next week, DOJ decided to step in.
What's the problem?
Well, it's all about Wi-Fi. And it's clear that HPE can't live without its Wi-Fi either. The combination of HPE and Juniper would create 20% Wi-Fi market share in the North America. And if you combine that with Cisco, it would have over 70%. So the DOJ is essentially saying that it would create an anti-competitive environment in the wireless LAN space.
Both stocks are kind of flat to a little bit up here today. So what's the market telling us here?
Well, the market is telling us from a Juniper standpoint, there might be we're getting closer to a valuation floor if HPE needs to walk away. What we did write this morning was that we think that there's a $9 to $10 billion valuation on a standalone Juniper. That gets us to about a $28 to $32 share price, slight discount to where it's trading right now. From an HPE standpoint, it's telling a different signal. One of the reasons why they wanted to acquire Juniper as a whole is for a margin perspective. So the stock is down about 10%, and some of the margin accretion related to Juniper might be falling off.
What could they do to save this deal? Is there anything that they could offer?
Yeah, so look, at the end of the day, there's one particular product that Juniper has called Mist, and that was automated the Wi-Fi functionality as well as delivered some AI functionality. HPE doesn't want to walk away from that, but if they walk away from that portion of the deal, that could possibly preserve the deal. But with Antonio trying to go through with the lawsuit, they really want Mist, and quite frankly, I think it's one of the crown jewels of the deal.
So, Wooj, I know you probably speak to Jen Rhee at Bloomberg Intelligence. She does all this antitrust stuff. How are you guys thinking about this? What are you telling your clients? Is this deal going to get done? Is it not going to get done? Are they going to walk away? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with Jen, and what Jen is telling us as well as Bloomberg clients is that the DOJ actually may have a strong case. Quite frankly, I think it's kind of a bunk from a DOJ standpoint. HPE is getting penalized for Cisco having 50% market share, right? And one of the arguments that the DOJ is making is that there might be an increase in price, but the historical trend has been HPE actually has been a price leader in terms of having lower price for their wireless LAN products versus whereas Cisco is a price is a price leader where they have the highest price. So I don't know where it'll be, but if Jen Rhee says that DOJ has a case, HPE may need to find alternatives.
So let's pretend that DOJ does have a case. What's a plan B, or I guess what does Juniper and HPE look without a deal?
Yeah, so the way I look at it right now is that there actually is still a lot of synergies. Juniper has data center networking, data center as well as cloud routing. These are two areas that HPE does not have, and actually would fit well with HPE's portfolio. From a valuation standpoint, we think that the standalone Mist piece would be about $2.7 to $3.5 billion. If you back that out of the original $14 billion price, we're talking about a $10 to $11 billion deal, Juniper valuation ex Mist. So, it'll still work out, and there are still areas of synergies, but you are missing out about $1 billion plus in revenue if you carve out Mist.